recording. Right. So let's try to see. Yeah, that's my profile. Same thing here. We are going to firstly hiding those alert messages and binding our input to our state. That's going to be the first step. And then we're going to write those functions which send out a request to either to update or to get any information or something like that, right? So let's firstly create a constructor with a state. Constructor props, super props. Alright, so let's create a state. This state is equals to, so we need a username, and we need a what else? Email, first name and last name. Email, first name, last name. Those are input field we have on this page. Also, we're going to need the arrows. Again, it's going to be a empty object, and we can add any different attribute inside that object. Yep.
Is there any reason not to use arrow functions for any function declaration?
Not using arrow function? No. If you are going to using event, it has to be an arrow function. Otherwise, it just can be any function.
Okay.
Yeah.
That required to use arrow function when you use event, right?
It's easier to use it.
Otherwise, you'd use .bind or.
Yeah, actually both of them works, but it just with arrow function, it always makes things easier. Okay, it's easier for you to bind with the class instead of the function itself, and it also makes it easier to getting the event from it. So it's just, if you can just make everything to arrow function, there's nothing wrong with it. And right now, let's create a function onChange, right? onChange. It's still the same thing. Let's copy it from the other files, like the login file, onChange. It's always going to be the same. Just set up the field, depends on its name. Right, onChange. Let's go to the different warning messages and inputs to change those stuff. Here is the first warning. It's a username is taken. Please try another one. Let's change that. We're only going to show that when there is an error. Oh, let's do a destructure in here. In the render, let's do a destructure constant, username, email, first name, last name, and arrows. They're all from this state. So I don't have to mention they are from state down below. So when the arrows taken is true, it has some information inside it, and then we want to show this alert, and which is just showing arrows taken. So whatever I put as a taken, just going to show it here. Right, update successfully. This is actually not an arrow. Yeah, let's make it not. Let's not put it into arrow. It's not a good habit. Let's just adding another state. We're gonna say it's success, which is equals to let's make it success as a boolean, right? Let's make it as a boolean. Let's make it equal to false. And once we successfully update my profile, I want to change that to true, and which can display the message of
before you have to check
update successfully. Yep.
Before you have to check it whether it is.
Yep. We're gonna check it here. So we're gonna say, oh, 1 second, I forget ending success, saying this is from the state. So here we're gonna have a success. If that is true, we're gonna display this message saying updated successfully, right? Keep going. This is a first input. That's our username. Let's have the value is equal to this state to the username. Just put the username here, and onChange is equal to this onChange. Yes, no column. There's no common. Right, that's for the username. Let's keep going. Username cannot be empty. This is going to be arrow, so let's put it from an arrow. It's going to be when arrows the username equals true, it has something. Then we just display that arrow. Display the arrows the username, right? And same thing for the email. Email is going to change it. It doesn't have an arrow. Email can be empty, and we're going to put a value for the email, which is going to be the state email, and also the unchanged, which is going to equals to this unchanged. And doing the same thing for the first name, value is equal to first name, and unchanged equal to this unchanged. Keep giving me that change. And the last one is a last name. So value of it is just a last name, and unchanged is equal to this unchanged. Let's take a look. So right now I'm still able to change everything, and it's not showing the error message at this moment. Right, unchanged, it works. That's nice. So next thing, we're going to initialize the current user information, right? Like when I log into this page, it should show me my user information here. Like when I log in as my it should be logging. When I log in as username 1, password 1, at least it's going to show my username here, and then my email, my first name and last name here, right? We're going to display those images here. So if you remember how we did it in Angular, we actually sent out a request in the ng init to initialize the value of the username, password, and the first name and last name in that function. So in the React, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to send out a request in the function component did mount, and which is going to getting those information after the page is rendered, and going to initialize those values for me, right? So in here, let's go to before the rendering. Let's create a function component did mount. This function is going to run by itself once the page is ready. Right. So for this one, let's actually can I make it asynchronous? I think I can. And so we're going to do wait. I'm going to firstly send out a request to getting the user's information. Actually, let's not do it in that way. I don't prefer to make the lifecycle method into asynchronous method. I just want to make it just a normal method here. So let's firstly try to getting the user ID first, and send out the request in another function. Let's firstly getting the user ID. So constant UID is equals to. So this time we're getting the user ID from the URL path, like in the URL, right? We're getting user ID from the URL of our current component. To do that, in Angular, we're going to using the activity route, and in the React, we are going to get it from the properties. So we're going to get it from the props, the location, the state. Actually, not. Hold on.
Yeah, the history.
Let's props the. I kind of forget it. Let me check it. I should have an example here. My GitHub. Where do I get your pattern of it? Repository React. Webmaker React. There should be a way to get it. I kind of like forget it. Source, component, user, profile. Yeah. So it's from this props match. This props match the prompts. Yep, this is where we get it. the UID.
I don't understand how you get where that match coming from.
This is this match is a predefined method in the React router.
From the browser router?
Yeah, from the browser router, and it's getting getting the all the everything inside the URL here, and by calling the params, you're getting all the parameters you have inside the URL path, and we only have one URL parameter, which is this user ID. Remember, like in the app.js here, we define the UID as a parameter, so we can just call the UID to get it. Right? Let's try to console log it. See if that works. Console log UID. See, this is we just console log the UID out. See the UID right here. Right, this is user ID, which is exactly the same as this one. And with that user ID, I will be able to send out a request to get this user by that ID, and which is going to initialize us the information of it. All right. So let's just run a function here. Let's do this get user and passing the UID as a parameter, right? And let's create that get user functions here. Let's make that get user as an asynchronous function. So get user equals to a asynchronous function, takes a UID and doing something here, right? You can do it with the arrow function or just normal function. It's the same. So what's another request? Constant res is equal to await xls the get, and get it from like I'm gonna follow the what we have in the server. Let's check it. Actually, forget it. Servers user the service for get user. Which one is get user? Find the user by ID. Right? It's gonna be /API user and /UID. So it's going to follow the same URL pattern here. It's going to be get from it's using the ES6 string /API /user / and with the user ID. So it's going to be the UID here. Yep, I think that's the res is equal to constant res equal to await constant res await. Yep. And that's going to give us the information. Let's try to console the log res.data. See what we have for this user. You see, the user come back here is here. It has admin equal to false, data created, email, first name, last name is just empty, password is encrypted, and the username equal to 1. Right? We get all the information we need here. And we are going to use that information to update our current values of these 4 fields. Remember, these 4 fields are connected with state, so we just need to update the state, right? So here we're going to see constant. Oh, sorry, I just do a set state. This set state. We're gonna set username equal to res.data the username. Password equal to this res.data the password. Not password, sorry, there's no password, just email. Email res.data the email, and we have the first name, and last name. Res.data the last name. Right. So right now it should display my username here. Actually, it's 1 here. It says my current username. There's actually a shorter way to write it. Like we have a lot of res.data here. How about we just set up, do a destructuring here. So we can do, let's remove the console log. We can do constant username, email, first name, last name here. They are all coming from res.data. So I don't have to write reset data a lot. Just say username, email, first name, and last name. It's just working the same way, but I don't have to write the reset data a lot of times. Right? So next time if you say I write like that, you're gonna know what I'm doing here. And also, you see, here I have my state name and state value. They are the same thing here. The username is equal to the given username, email equal to the given email, first name is given first name, last name equal to given last name. In this case, you can make it even shorter. You can just say username, email, first name, and last name. There's even a shorter way to write it, and it's still working the same way. Right? Just save your time to write the duplicate stuff. See, it still works. I still getting my username, my current user's username here. Like, let's try it again. Let's try to register a new user. Let's go to the register page. Let's try to register a new user here. Let's say let's register M symbol. Right? The username is M symbol. M symbol. Password 123. Password 123. Register. You see, I'm getting my username M symbol here. Right? Still working. And I don't have an email and first name and last name right now, so it's why it's empty. But we're going to have it shortly. All right. So this is how it works with a component data mount. We use that to initialize the data of our page. If there's any data you want to show from database, you're gonna send out a request in the component data mount. And we'll once the state is updated, it's going to re-render your page to initialize the data you have on the page. All right. So right now, let's working on the. Firstly, let's do the logout. When I click this one, I want to log out. Right? I want to log out. Let's have a function here. Logout. It's going to be a. I think it's going to be asynchronous call that takes nothing and return something, right? And right now, just leave that empty. Let's console log something here. Just console.log logout. Right, just console log it out. And then let's bind it with a button. We'll have a logout button there, right? Let's bind them together. My logout button is here. This button. So when I click it, I want to run the function logout. Let's create onClick here. OnClick. When I click it, I want to run a function this.logout. All right. So when I click that button, it should console log me the logout. See, logout is console logged out. Right. It's just console logout. Right now, let's finish this logout function. Let's going to send out a request to the server for the logout, right? In the server, we have a logout here, I think. Yeah, it's here. App post /API/logout. We do have it here. Let's do that. So let's send out a request to logout. Logout here. Oops, not here. Logout here. Yeah. Remove the console log. I'm going to say I'm going to await access the post. I think it's post, right? Yeah. Logout is a post. App post. So post to /API/logout. I think that's it. Yep. And once I log out, I want to navigate back to the login page. Let's do a navigate here. It's going to be this props, the history, the push. I'm gonna push, so now bring us back to the login page. Let's try it. So when I log out, I'm back to the login page. Right, I'm back to the login page. And if you check the network, you'll see the request of logout is already sent out. And so give us OK, log out. Right, if you check the network, you already logged out. Right. Let's log back in. M symbol 123. Right now let's working on the email first name and last name. Let's try to update it. Oh, where is my icon? Oh, I haven't installed the bring the font awesome here, so this is why the check button is not showing. Let's bring the font awesome into our application. So go to the font awesome. Start. Let's copy that line. Let's copy the whole thing. Put that into the index HTML. I think it's in the public. Yep. Let's put that in here. Right, just put the font awesome here. And right now my my check button is showing. It's in the dark color because I don't have any CSS for it. I think so. Do I have any class here? It has a class BG transparent and the color white. I don't have those things yet. Let's change it. App CSS, right? Let's actually copy the styles from the Angular because they are the same style, right? Let's just go to the Angular. Let's copy that one. I think let's go to my webmaker, my source, my style CSS. We'll have it here. Let's copy it from it. Right, here is my style CSS. Let's just copy everything. Right, let's just copy everything. That's the style I have here. Let's copy it to the app CSS. Right, right now they are the same. And if I check my code, check my page again, it's getting a white color. Right, it's in the white color. Just apply all the styles I have to the. Yep, just apply all the styles I had in my previous application to this one. So they all looks exactly the same right now. All right. So next thing is we're going to focus on the update. We're going to be able to update the email first name and last name. So again, we are going to have a function on submit. When I click this button, I want to submit the form. Right now, it's just reload the page because I haven't to say either prevent the default. The Angular is going to do it automatically for us, but while using React, we're going to do it by ourselves. So let's create the function on submit. Take the event and do something here. Let's bind it with our form. The form is, where is my form? Form tag here, form. So we're going to say when I submit it, on submit, run the function this star on submit function. Right? And let's do e.prevent default. And right now, when I click it, nothing should happen. Yeah, I click it, it's not reloading the page. All right. And we are going to send my data to the server to update it. So this first thing, I remember, if I don't remember wrong, we have a update function in our server. Update the user, right? It's here. /API/user. Update user. Where is that? Here. It takes the user and just send it to the database. It takes a user. So let's construct a user first. Right. So where is my here? Yeah. So we're gonna create a user. Firstly, let's do a destructure. Username, email, first name, last name. It's from this state. But where does the password come from then? Kind of like forget it. Let me think about it. Did we worry about the password when we update it? Let me check my Angular project. I kind of like forget it. It's my Angular project. The components, user, profile. The component here. Let's check it. Let's check that. Let's open with code. Update. I cannot read it anymore. That's fine. Let's do it again. We also need the password. I think we're getting the password from the register data here. Let's also record the password here, right? Let's also create one for the password, which is empty. And in here, when I get a user from database, I also want to update its password. Right, I need everything. Oh, I forget the password. Yep. So here it's going to be also have the password. You're going to need everything from it. Otherwise, we're losing the password of it. So right now, let's create a new user, constant new user, which is have a username, password, have an email, first name, last name, and I think that's it. Yeah, username, password, email, first name, and last name. Yep. So that is our user, and we are going to send this request to the server. Let's update user. Let's put that into another function. Oh, not a new user. Right. So let's create that function. Not this. Just update user, which is a asynchronous call. With a new user. Send out a request. A constant is equals to a asynchronous call. Right, so for this one, let's say we're going to do a right. Let's do a. We are also getting the UID. We need the ID. Do I need the ID? I don't think I need the ID. Actually, I need. Do I need the ID? Update user. User service. Update user. I don't need the ID here, but I will need the ID in the body here. Let's also get in the ID here. Constant. Where is the ID from here? So the constant UID is from this one here, and we're gonna have the we'll have the ID, which is equal to the UID. Right. We also have the we can just call it ID underscore ID, so I don't have to write I don't need to write underscore ID equal to ID. I just put the underscore ID. It's gonna be enough. Let me console log it out. Make sure I didn't have it wrong. So console.log new user. So what do we have inside it? So if I put the email, just my email, my first name and last name, when I click OK, what will I have in the console? I have this one with ID equal to my current ID, a username, and password. Email is correct, first name is correct, last name is correct. Yep, I get all the information. I just need to send this one to the database, to the server. Right, so we are going to do the await. Actually, it's supposed to be await. I don't need to get any response. I don't need to care about. I don't need to create a variable for the response. We're gonna await. Let's see. So it's going to be Excels. The put, right? Update is for put is for update. Let's need to /API/user, and we are going to send it with our new user. I don't need this curly brace, just like that. Yeah. And once we updated that, we want to set up this set state. I'm gonna set up the success equal to true, right? Set up the success equal to true. Let's try it. So let's reload the page. Try to update it. We're gonna change the email, change the first name, last name. When I click the OK here, update it successfully. So if I reload the page, it should display me the correct information I have here. Yeah, it works. Yeah, so that's how it works. Yeah, I'm able to update to anything I like. And if I logged in again, M symbol 123, it's going to show me my current information here. See, which is nice. All right, that's almost it for the profile. But one more thing I want to do is like I want to check in the logged in. Like before I log into this page, I want to make sure that maybe the user didn't log in. It just types the URL pattern to here, and it just allows them to log in. I don't want that, right? We only want to show this page after the user logged in. So to prevent that's on the security version, security part of this application. We only want to allows you to come to the profile after you log in, right? Otherwise, you cannot go to this page. So in the ng init, in the component amount, we're gonna send out a request to check, and if you already logged in, that's fine. We're gonna display this page. If you haven't logged in, I'm sorry, we're gonna navigate you back to the login page. All right, so let's do it here. We're gonna do a call function this check login. Let's log it in. Let's just call the function logged in. Let's just want to name this function like that. All right, we're gonna call this logged in. Let me see how should I do it. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's try it. So let's do a call function logged in, which is also a synchronous function. Takes nothing. Just send out request to check in if the user logged in. All right. So we're gonna send out a request. Rest constant rest is equals to await access the post access. It should be lowercase a. But it's okay if you're using uppercase. Access the it should be lowercase. Access the post. So now the logged in, checking that logged in is here, right? We're gonna check in if the user is logged in. /API/login. I'm gonna send it out post to /API/login, and we're gonna check if rest data is equals to 0, right? That means the user didn't log in. Is that equal to 0? We are going to I think it's going to be a string 0, right? It's going to be JSON formatted, so it's going to be a string. If that is a 0, we're just going to navigate the user back to the login page. So it's going to be this props, the history, the push. I'm going to push the login, and else we don't need to do anything. Okay, just I don't need to do anything if rest data is not equal to 0. Yeah, I think that's the only thing we need to check. Let's try it. I'm getting an error on line 70. That should be lower a. Yeah, let's try it. So right now, if I just log in at m symbol 123, it should still work. Nothing changed. And I just want to copy the user path. If I log out, right, without logging, just directly change my URL path. Go there. It's gonna still work. What? Right, so it should navigate me back to the me check it. It's in the logged in here. Where's logged in? Let me console log the rest of data. See what we have here. Okay, that's 0. Seems like it's a number. Let's try to change that into a number. Just 0. Let's try it again. It's never getting me back to the login page. It's good. It's what we expect. From a React state update. Yeah, it's maybe a not good habit, and let's do a. Let me think about it. Right, let's put this one here. So if rest data equals 0, we do the push. Else, we put the get user inside here. We get getting user from it. Otherwise, we don't. Right? It's better. It's a better performance. Let's try it again. Let's log in m symbol 1 2 3. Login. It still works. I'm getting the information. And let me copy your path here. If I try to log out and directly paste my user ID into it, it won't navigate me to there. It's gonna navigate me back to my login page. So I can only go there after I log in, right? And to improve the performance, we actually do not need to get in the information by calling the get user, because the logged in actually should give us our information, right? Give us our current user information. So why don't we just use it from there? So let's see if I console.log rest data, see what we're getting from rest data if we already logged in, right? Is there any other console log I have here? There's a console log here. Let's remove that. I think we also have another console log somewhere. Search for the console. Nope. In the login, is there any console? No. Okay. So let's try to log in. So if I log in, m symbol 1 2 3. See, I already got my user information. It's just coming from the request logged in. Logged in will give me my user information if I already have them in my database. So I don't have to send out another request to getting them because I already have them from my logged in request. Right? So in here, instead of send out another request to do the get user UID, let's just directly call the set state. Let's getting the let's just getting the user information from the logged in request, and then set the state. So we can get rid of this get user function. We don't even need that, right? And let's try to erase this console log, see if that works. So if we try to save, data still work. Let's try it again. Log in as m symbol 1 2 3. This is still work. I still getting my user information. And then if I log it out, let me copy this one first. If I log it out, try to just directly type my information, it's not gonna work. It's never getting me back to my login. That allows me to go to my profile, right? Because I didn't log it in. All right, so by doing that, yeah, I think that's it for this page. You are allowed to log in, and you are allowed to see the profile. All right. Let's see, is there anything else we can change? All right. So how about we change the URL path for the profile. Instead of say /user UID, let's just do the profile, right? This is how we have it in our Angular project. Let's change it to the just /profile. So right now we are getting the information from the logged in. So I do not have to get in the information from the UID. So you're just getting it from the profile for getting the information from the logged in request. We don't need the ID showing here. And let's just also record when you do few things, because when I update it, I actually need its ID. So that's when I logged in, I want to record my current ID inside my state. So let's put the ID, which is empty. All right. So let's see. When we set the state, we also want to set the ID. We want to get the ID from with the data, right? And inside here, await post logout. I'll submit, update the user, and we are going to get in the new user ID. ID is not gonna from there. ID is also going to from the state. All right, it should work. Let me try it. Make sure it works. Oh, actually, I need for the login page. It should navigate me to the profile instead of /user/UID. It's just go to /profile. Profile. Same thing for the. Same thing. Let's just change it to a normal string. Same thing for the register. It should go to the profile instead of /user/UID. Where is that? Here. Just go to /profile. That's right. So if I log in as a m symbol 123, it's navigating me to the profile. Right? And if I change my email, actually change my user first name back to Shiyu, try to update it. Say successfully. If I reload the page, it actually works. Right? It actually works. So everything still works, but the URL path is just profile. I'm not showing the user ID right now, right? And log out. If I try to go back to the profile, it won't allow me. It's gonna navigate me back because I haven't logged in yet, right? So that's almost the most important things in this page. Everything, actually, that's everything in this page. So if you click the m symbol 123 and go back to the profile, this button, I haven't made this button work. So for the user profile, the footer, we're not gonna use a tag. It's going to be a link tag, right? Link. I haven't import link yet. I believe import link. And we're going to /profile to the current page. Link is not defined. Link. So I'm going to import it manually. So let's import link from React Rotterdam. All right. And I think we have more than just that. I have another link in here, right? It's going to be link, and this is to /profile. I think that's almost it. Let's check it. So I still have some warnings here. Let's fix them one by one. On the line 181, there's a link not fixed yet. 181, this one. This is for the website page. I don't have that page yet, but I can firstly change that to a link. It's definitely going to be a link. And the URL path for the website is supposed to be to a /user, and with the UID. We can get an ID from the state. Let's destructuring it in the render. Let's get in the ID of it. So 181. So it's going to be to user using the ES6 string user, and actually, if I'm using the ES6 string in the HTML, you need to come in with a curly brace, because that's a JavaScript syntax. It's gonna be slash user slash and with a UID slash ID and a slash website. Yeah, that's a website raw path. I think there is another link. It's to the user list, so it's going to be a link to slash user list. Right. So any other arrows? What other things? ID couldn't be decoded. What? Oh, that should be $sign, not that $sign. Yeah. Line 24, arrows is assigned but never used. Oh, I haven't used the arrow, I think. Line 24. Line 24, arrows. I believe he is talking about the arrows in the render. Arrows, there's arrows. Did I use it? I actually used it. In the register, line 24 here on submit. I actually didn't use this arrow. Let's remove that. All right. So in the login, line 50, res is assigned a value but never used. So line 50 of the login, res. Yeah, I don't need it anymore. Before that, I need to get in the ID from it. Right now, there's no ID, so I just don't need it. Let's remove that. Line 65 of register. I didn't using the res2. Yeah, I'm not getting the ID anymore, so let's remove this const res2. Just get an auto request. Right now, there's no any warning, and everything is working. That's it for the user pages. Right. Let's do one more pages, and we're done today. Right? Let's do one more pages, and we basically covered everything about React. So just one last thing we need to talk about is when we go to the website page, how should we display a list of stuff? Right? That's going to be the last step. How do we display a list of stuff in the React? So let's go to the app.js, create the last one, the next page. Source. I'm looking for the URL path. Which one should be your website? So it should be route exact. Let me show. Yeah. Path is equals to slash user slash with a parameter UID and the website, and the component is equals to the website. I don't have it yet. Let's create that first. Website, new file, website list.js, right, with a capital W. So let's do RCC. Let's create a website list component. Oh, I think it's done. Allows you to use dash inside it. Let's change the name. Let's just call it website with a capital L, website list. RCC. Yep. This is allowed name. And let's put the website list component here. Website list component. Yep. Right. It's gonna import it for me when I hit the tab. Let's just import it, and it's going to be my website list page. Right. So for this page, let's also copy the code from the Angular. Right. Let's copy the code from the Angular. It's the same thing. This is my Angular project, website list, HTML. Right, this is a We're gonna open it with in my here, right? Let's copy the whole thing. Again, let's put that just directly. Let's just put that into the div. I don't want to put it because it only allows one parent tag. I cannot have more than one parent tag, so just put everything into the div. Let's fix it. First, we're gonna remove the comment. Gonna remove this comment. Remove this comment. Right, a little bit better. Else is a router link. Remove that router link. Remove it. Router link. Router link. ng4. Gonna remove that. Router link. Now this website name with a double curly brace is not gonna work. Let's just remove the curly brace. Just show the website name here. I think that's good enough. I think here I have the outer link. Excuse me. Another router link. Right. Let's also change the class into class name. Class name. A lot of class here. Just copy and paste everywhere. All right. So let's see how it looks like right now. This is my page. It's just showing website.name because it's not getting any data right now. Just website.name, right? So let's fix this this page. Is there any error? I can see there's some error. Oh, there's a lot of a tag without href. It just gave me a warning. I'm gonna fix this because they are going to be a link tag later. So let's firstly import link. Right, let's import the link from React to router DOM. And let's check in those links here. This first one, this is a backlink, which is going to back to the profile. So we're going to change that to a link. And this is tell it it's going to profile / profile profile. Yep. Here's another link. Just refresh the page. So it's going to be link. Actually, let's just I don't care if that's link. Just make it into a button. Looks like a link. That's it. Because it's not gonna even do anything. So it's just let it just not do anything. Oh, I need some class like a background transparent, like what's the class name? It's BG transparent to make it looks like a button. Yep. I don't need to make this button work. Oops. Why does it look like that? Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, I need the class, the btn. I think that's enough. Yep. Yeah, just not need to do anything. But this one needs to bring me back. Yeah, let's bring me back to the profile, website profile. And this button doesn't need to be anything. All right. And the end button here, let's also change it to link. It's just let's just using the slash for now. It's going to be linked to the website new page, right? I think you already know how to do that. So just don't want to waste time to do it again. But you should be able to do it by yourself. Go to the path of the website new. I don't have that page yet, so I cannot do it. All right. This one also there's a link in the footer. This one is going to the profile. So it's to profile. This is a button in the footer. This one here. It's going to go to the profile. On line 24, I still have one here. This one is going to go to the page, right? Going to go to the website. It's going to go to the page, the page list of the current website. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's going to be link. Going to the page list of the current website. And right now it's just put the equal to the slash because I don't have that page yet. And this one is going to go to the website edit. Again, I don't have that page. It's just using slash for now. I'm gonna change that. in a second. Okay, there's no any warning. Oh, I don't have any website page for this website. Do I have any website for any of them? Actually, let me run my Angular website to ending some there. Otherwise, I have to make the website editor to work. Let's run my Angular application to ending some website. Otherwise, there's nothing going to be showing here. We're gonna stop the server here. So we're gonna run server in the Angular. So the ng serve. Actually, I can just do a do the node server first, and do the ng serve to ending some website. Otherwise, it's not gonna work because I don't have any website in my database for this new account. I just create a new msymbol account. There's no any website for him. It's ending some there. ng serve, another ng server, ng serve. Take some time to toast it. Yeah, just give it a minute. Localhost 4200. Why it comes to? Oh yeah, it's still not able yet. Still do the ng serve. Right, it's combining, almost there. It just basically is transfer your Angular code into the normal HTML and JavaScript that browsers can understand. This is the same thing when you do it in the React. Just help you to transfer code into regular HTML and JavaScript. That browser can understand. Right, this is done. I should be able to check my Angular project. It's kind of frozen. My browser is super slow. Localhost 4200. Right, here we go. It's logging as the new account is created. msymbol 123. Let's go to the websites. Let's create some website here. 123, 123. 234. Hello. And go. Yep. I have four different websites created, and right now I should be able to use them to test my React project. Well, if you are working without the Angular project, just directly create a React project. You need to either manually adding them to your database, or you can start doing the end website function, make the end website function working. Then you should have some website created, and you can test it, right? You can start by doing the end, then doing the website list. But right now, since we already have the Angular project, I can just create a few from the Angular project. Let's close that, and let's start the node server inside the the React. Let's keep working. All right. So right now, I just created a free website for my project. I should be able to send out a request to retrieve those information in my database, right? Let's create a state. So we're gonna have a constructor, props, and have a super props. Have this state is equals to, we're gonna have a websites, a list of websites. Right now it's empty, and we are going to getting the list of websites from our server to update my the list of websites in my state. So we're gonna do the component data mount, send out a request getting the information. Let's call it right, to getting the, we are going to call the function find websites for the current user. We need the current user's ID. That's getting the current ID of it. So constant UID is equal to this props, the match, the params, right? The UID. If I don't remember it wrong, let's try to console log it out. UID. Oops, seems like it's not working. I have a typo here. Params. Here we go. It works. We're getting the ID of it. And right now, let's call the function get websites. Passing the UID. It should be this dot get websites, right? And let's run the function. Let's create that function. Get websites. Get websites. It's equal to asynchronous call, which takes UID, and which is firstly console log this UID. See if that works. Not groups. Console the log UID. Yeah, that works. And let's try to send out a request here. It's going to be await res.data. Sorry, it should be constant. Res is equal to await. Let's import the axios. Import axios from axios. That's going to be await axios the get. We're sending out get request. And this checking our server to see which URL pattern I should match to getting the information of the website. Find all websites for user. This one. Let's copy that. And we're gonna update the UID into the user's ID. So let's change that to the ES6 string. And the UID here is going to be $UID. Right? This is UID. And this is supposed to give me all the websites I have here. Let's try to console log it out. Console log, res.data. Right? See, I got all my 5 websites I have here. Like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, hello, go, and Waymaker 2. Right? Just the same thing, the same way like the Angular does. Just send out a request and get a back response. Just the way this has nothing to do with either React or Angular. This is just using the API to communicate. All right, so right now we can using that REST data to update our website's array. So it's also just set state. This set state. Set state. Website is equals to REST.data, right? Not website, websites. Sorry. Websites is from REST.data. And once it getting once the state is updated, it's gonna reload my page. It's gonna re-render my page. So all I need to do is to display those pages in my HTML code here, in my rendering function here, right? So in here, instead of just simply have a where is my list? Kind of lost website name, right? This is my list, right? We're just going to display that. We're going to rewrite this part to display all the list I have in my state. So this part is a little bit tricky. What we need to do here, we are going to what we need to do is we are going to combine the HTML and the JavaScript. We are going to do a loop here to loop from the first item of the array until the last one of the array, and each item we're going to render a list item inside it. All right. See how we're going to do it. So firstly, let's do a destructuring here. Constant websites is from this state. So I don't have to call this state the websites inside here. Let's see, let's comment it out for now. Let's rewrite it down here. So alright, it's going to be first it's a UL. It's the same thing. With the class name is equal to list group. List group. Alright. And here things start change. We are going to put some JavaScript code here. So it's going to be a curly brace. Right now I can just write some JavaScript code here. Like anything with a curly brace is actually trying to get in writing JavaScript code here. It's escaping string, escaping the HTML syntax, and you can put some JavaScript syntax right now. So in here we are going to say websites. The map. We're going to map all the websites in the website array. For every website we have here, we are going to map. Yeah, for all the websites we have here, to return the function. We are going to render in some stuff. For the website, we're going to rendering like this. Right now, it's just doing a list item with some JavaScript code. So it's going to be another escaping string with a website.name. See if that works. Yeah, it actually works. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Hello, go and website 2. So you see the code here. We are combining the HTML and JavaScript. First thing we're saying, we are doing a map on this array of websites, and for every website we have inside it, we just display the website's name in a list item. Right, this is gonna be a little bit tricky here, and let's give a class name, make it looks better. It's going to be list group item. Right, so it's gonna look like that. Yep. And don't forget the cog button. So it's going to copy this. Actually, let's just copy this part. Let's see, it's going to be the place where thing that we want to display. Let's put it here. And let's see the thing I want to display. But this website name going to be with a curly brace, because this is one of the item from the JavaScript part. It's a variable, so it's going to be a $sign. Yep. See, this is how it looks like. Check the rendering method. Oh, so it's working, but it gives us a warning. That's because in the React, if you're trying to do a map to do something with a list, to do some iterator over a list of items, that requires you to have some key here, right? So in here, I already have the website, but then I have a key. It requires me to have some key here. We're gonna be, let's see, this item is gonna key is equals to website.id. Right? Just using the ID as a key. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's no warning anymore. Just need to give us some key here. So the key is using the key has to be unique. So just using each website has different ID, so just using the ID to show in there, right? Okay, so we have our list showing. This is what I want to show you. Like if you want to display a list of items, how can you do it? You're just going to combine the HTML and the JavaScript using websites, the map, and no, just map takes a function. This is a parameter. This is what returned. Returned can be HTML code. So it's basically a combination of the HTML and the JavaScript, right? I'm going to stop right here and send the code to the GitHub. You will be able to see how it works. Also, I'm uploading a video to the YouTube channel. You will have some time to practice on it. Tomorrow, we're going to spend some time to improve what we have here right now. I'm not going to continue finish the page part and the widget part because it's kind of like a duplicate work. And I'm going to just let's already have all the fundamentals of the React, including how to handling the login, register, how to handling the functions, state, the properties, how to navigate from another page to another one component to another component, and how to handle a list item, how to display that. So it's basically everything you need to do a application. The rest of the part is just duplicates. Okay, for the page, how to display a page list is the same as a website list, and how to do the website end. It's basically just the same thing as you update the profile. Just still have the value matches with the state and doing an unchange to combine them together. So you will have some time to practice by yourself. See if you can make it by yourself. You can ask me to help you if you're getting any question. And I'm just going to stop right here and send my code to GitHub, send the video to the YouTube. So you're going to be able to practice a little bit. Tomorrow morning, we are going to improve a little bit more, like to improve what we have here. Right now, like we're just doing the Angular. We have one component for one page. And tomorrow, we're trying to separate the whole component into smaller components to make it more improve the performance of the application. Like right now, every page is just one component. We may tomorrow we may construct one page with multiple components. Right? We're gonna see how to do it tomorrow. Today we just stop right here and send the code to the GitHub.